Hi everybody, my name is Target Salas. Today's topic is going to be why it's important to immunize your children. I'll be using the speech of actuation to move audience members to get their children immunized. My target audience will be parents or future parents, or just mainly anybody who wants to listen in. But to start it off, did you know that children are recommended to receive up to 24 vaccinations in order to protect them from up to 14 diseases by the time they've reached age of 2? The reason why vaccines are recommended for children between the ages of 0 and 6 is because their immune systems are not fully mature. Their stomachs produce less acid, making it easier for ingested bacteria or viruses to multiply. Within the first 2 years of life, a child is exposed to 11 or 12 vaccines, some of which are given over time in multiple doses. A vaccine is usually administered by shot. They contain a weakened or killed form of a disease-causing bacteria or virus, in which the body builds defenses called antibodies. These antibodies help the body identify and prevent the disease from occurring if a person is exposed to the disease in the future. As a father of 2 beautiful girls, this concept is of the utmost importance to me. At least it should be for all those who have children or are soon to be parents. The purpose of today's speech is to persuade parents and future parents to get their children immunized. Before widespread immunization in the United States, infectious diseases killed or disabled thousands of children each year. Because the vaccines are so effective in preventing childhood diseases, many people have forgotten the importance of immunization and how serious it is for their children to get them. Getting your children immunized is beneficial to their health and overall safety in many ways. I will discuss how immunization is beneficial to a child's health and overall safety, such as immunization can save your child's life, vaccinations are very safe and effective, and immunizations protect future generations. To start off, I will explain how immunizations can save your child's life. Vaccinating our children and making sure that we stay current on recommended immunizations can save their lives. It is the best way to protect a child from acquiring measles, mumps, rubella, polio, diphtheria, pertussis, and even chickenpox. Vaccines work to safeguard children from illnesses and death caused by infectious disease and protect our kids by helping prepare their bodies to fight often serious or potential deadly diseases. This is stated by Ratui, 2012. Some diseases that once injured or killed thousands of children have been eliminated completely, and others are close to extinction, mainly due to safe and effective vaccines. Vaccinations protect children from serious illness and complications of vaccine-preventable diseases, which can include 1. Amputation of an arm or leg, 2. Paralysis of limbs, 3. Hearing loss, 4. Convulsions, 5. Brain damage, and 6. Even death. If you don't get your child the appropriate vaccinations now, outbreaks of preventable diseases may occur. One example, check this out. In 1974, Japan had a successful pertussis, which is whooping cough, vaccination program with nearly 80% of Japanese children vaccinated. That year, only 393 cases of pertussis were reported in the entire country, and there were no deaths from pertussis. But then, rumors began to spread that pertussis vaccination was no longer needed and that the vaccine was not safe. And by 1976, only 10% of infants were getting vaccinated. In 1979, Japan suffered a major pertussis epidemic with more than 13,000 cases of whooping cough and 41 deaths. This was stated by Why Immunize 2014. Okay, another example. Here in the U.S., the prevalence of whooping cough shot up in 2012 to nearly 50,000 cases. Last year, cases declined to about 24,000, which is still more than tenfold the number reported back in the early 80s, when the bacteria infected less than 2,000 people. This was stated by Duclef, 2014. Outbreaks of preventable diseases occur when many parents decide not to vaccinate their children. In today's society, diseases are in a downward slide because of the vaccinations that have been enforced by our government. It is imperative to abide by the laws given to our country in order to preserve the health and wellness of our young children. Outbreaks of preventable diseases occur when many parents decide not to vaccinate their children. Do not become a deadly statistic of a disease that could have been prevented by a simple shot in the arm or rear. Get your children vaccinated. It's important. Next, I will discuss how vaccines are very safe and effective. Now, you all might say that vaccines, it's iffy, yeah, it's a shot, it causes pain, but overall it is very safe and it's completely effective. All vaccines must be licensed by the Food and Drug Administration, also known as the FDA. Before being used in the United States, a vaccine must go through extensive testing to show that it works and that it is safe before the FDA will approve it. Basically, those that operate the test take two groups of people, one that receives the vaccine and another that receives a different one, or a placebo. The findings of the two groups determines whether or not the FDA will approve the vaccine. In order to ensure the safety, vaccines must undergo a long and careful review done by scientists, doctors, healthcare professionals, and for federal government. Yeah, the federal government. If you look at the history of vaccine-preventable diseases, you will almost always see that the number of cases of diseases start to drop when a vaccine is licensed. For example, in 1960, 3 years before the first measles vaccine was licensed in the U.S., there were 380 diseases from measles recorded. Today, deaths from measles are rare in the U.S., on an average of 1 per year. This is cited by measles rubella. Another example, polio. The number of cases started to drop around 1955, the year the first polio vaccine was licensed. Polio was declared eradicated in the United States in 1979 and eradicated in the Western Hemisphere in 1994. For HIV, the number drops around 1990, pneumococcal disease around 2000. Vaccines will involve some discomfort and may cause pain, redness, or tenderness at the site of injection, but this is minimal compared to the pain, discomfort, and trauma of the disease these vaccines prevent. Meaning, you need to get them. Yeah, it hurts, but it doesn't match the pain that you will receive if you contract any of these diseases. If the statistics that I have provided to you are not enough for you to get your children vaccinated, then maybe the reassurance of the vaccination safety and quality will help. The FDA goes through required and extensive testing to ensure that the safety of each vaccine that has been and will be potentially administered to our children. They do extensive research, they make sure that it's safe, they make sure that it's effective. It's 100% trustable. Get it done. Finally, I will discuss how immunization protects future generations. Getting our children immunized can help protect the health and overall safety of future generations. Vaccines have reduced and in some cases eliminated many diseases that killed or severely disabled people just a few decades ago. Smallpox vaccination eliminated that disease worldwide. By vaccinating children against rubella, which is German measles, the risk that pregnant women will pass this virus onto their fetus or newborn has been dramatically decreased, and birth defects associated with that virus no longer are seen in the United States. If we continue to vaccinate now and immunize entirely, parents in the future may be able to trust that some diseases of today will no longer be around to harm their children in the future. We immunize to protect our grandchildren and their grandchildren. Just think, if we start now and permanently eradicate the disease, what worry will future generations have? Pay attention. With the advancement of technology and scientific discoveries, a disease that was once considered deadly has now become what we know as, for example, smallpox. Trusting in the quality and safety in our resources and getting your children vaccinated could lead to the prevention of the next deadly disease. Getting a vaccination for your children could not only benefit them in the present, but the future as well. Stop it now. Get it done. Stop it now. So in conclusion, if we follow proper procedures and get our children immunized today, the children of tomorrow will be able to sustain a healthy and safe lifestyle. There are many ways immunization is important. If you care about the overall health and safety of your child, you will hear my plea and get your children vaccinated. Immunization can save your child's life. It's safe and effective, and immunization protects future generations. Yes, there is some discomfort when receiving a shot. However, it can't compare to the lifelong benefits of proper vaccination. Keep in mind, it is crucial to your child's health that you get proper vaccination at an early age. Doing so may reduce the chance of your child contracting any of these vaccine-prevented diseases. This is not a game. Your duty as a parent is to protect, provide, and nurture your children. Getting your child immunized is one of the best ways to do so. Thank you for your time. Have a great day. And I am done.
Hell yeah.